In this video, I'm going to be teaching or drafting how to make a basic sleeve that is for the long and then short sleeve, and it's all on one paper. So let's get started. So I'm going to be using this brown paper and it is folded into two. That is, the sleeve will be on fold. First thing I'm going to be doing is to mark 1 inch down from the upper part of the brown paper to serve as our borderline. This will help us draft the sleeve. After that, I'm going to be drawing a straight line for it. So this is going to be the upper part of the sleeve or the armhole area. So first thing I'm going to be doing is to mark the length of my sleeve. So whatever the length of your long sleeve is, you go ahead and then mark it down. After that, I'll be making it into a straight line. After marking the length of my sleeve, I'm going to be marking 1 inch down again for folding. So you can make it either 1 inch or 2 inches depending on how thick you want the folding to be. Next thing I'll be doing is to calculate the cap height, and then it is bars divided by 12 plus 1 inch. So bars by 12 plus 1 inch. So my bars is 36 divided by 12 plus 1 inch. So my bars divided by 12 is 3 inches plus 1, which is equal to 4 inches. So 4 inches is the final answer. So from that upper part, I'm going to be marking my 4 inches down. So mark the 4 inches down and then connect it with your ruler. Next thing I'm going to be doing is to measure the armhole area of the basic bodice. So you're going to be measuring it as much as you can to be sure of the size of the armholes. You can measure about 3 to 4 times to get the actual measurement of it. And I'll be measuring the length for the front and then the back. So measure for the back, like what I'm doing, measure for the back and then measure for the front as well. After that, you add them together. You can see I'm taking my time to measure a number of times. So it is actually best to do it this way to get the actual answer. So for the back, I had 10.75 and then the front, I had 11. So making 21.75. So after adding them together, you're going to divide it into 2. So you can see I've measured my 21.75 and then folded my tape measure into 2 to get the actual division. If you have your calculator, you can use it as well. So after getting it on my tape measure, I'm going to start from that corner there to wherever the division reaches. So let's say if the division is about 11.11 and quarter or something, you go ahead and then mark it this way. So you slant the tape measure the way I did and then connect from the corner to your new line. So you get something like this. Next thing I'm going to be doing is to divide that new line into 3. So whatever you get, you're going to divide it into 3 and then mark. So let's say if it is 12, it's going to be 4 inches intervals. So whatever you get, make sure you divide it by 3. After dividing it by 3, from that corner there, I'm going to be marking half and quarter. So mark half and quarter in. Next thing I'll be doing after marking that half and quarter is to go up by ½ inch at that first line. So I marked ½ inch over there. Next thing I'll be doing is to divide that last line into 2. So whatever you get, you mark the midpoint of it. After marking the midpoint, I'm going to be dropping it by 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch. So just mark 1/4 of an inch down like I'm doing. So this is what you are going to get at the moment. Next thing you'll be doing is to connect from that 1/2 and 1/4 line through to the 1/2 inch we marked up to the middle line, and then pass through the 1/4 at the end of the sleeve. So after marking this, you are going to turn your curve like I've done, and then pass it through the 1/4 through to the end of that line. So after marking, this is what you are going to get. So I'm reshaping the corner at this point to get a perfect armhole. Next thing I'm going to be doing is to insert my round sleeve measurement that is around my ankle. So whatever you get, you are going to mark it down, and then you are marking that same thing on the 1 inch I added for folding. So next thing you'll be doing is to connect from that point to the end of the sleeve, and then when you get to the folding line, you're going to make it a straight line. Yes, so this is what I meant. Next thing I'll be doing is to draft the short sleeve in the long sleeve. So I'm going to be using 10 inches as my length. So I'm using a red marker to indicate it so that you don't get confused. So after marking the 10 inches, I'm going to be drawing it into a straight line like this. And then you are going to determine your round sleeve measurements as well for the short sleeve. So I'm going to be using 7 inches for the short sleeve. So at the center of the sleeve, I'm going to be marking my 7 inches and then connect it to that point. So this is how the long and short sleeve will look like. So next thing I'll be doing is to create the front part of the armhole. At this point, I'm just indicating the short sleeve, and then I'll indicate the long sleeve as well so that you don't get confused. Now at that line, I'm going to be coming in by 1 inch. 1 inch, and then I'll be connecting from that 1/2 and 1/4 line through to that 1/2 inch down there, and then I'm going to be blending it or drawing it to the end of the sleeve. So just place your curve on it this way, just connect it to the end of the sleeve. So the red marker indicates the front part of the sleeve. Forget the labeling, I made a mistake with that. Instead of writing front, I wrote back for the front and then front for the back. So the red marker is for the front, and then the black marker is for the back. So at this point, I'm cutting it out, and then I'll be showing you what it actually looks like after everything. And then note, this is without seam allowance at the side. So after everything, we are going to be adding seam allowance at the side. Next thing I'm doing is to open it up and then cut off the red or the front part from that side, so that one side will be for the back and then the curvier part will be for the front. So that is the front then the other side will be for the back. So this is it. So I'll be folding it into two to show you what it actually look like. If you fold it into two, you can see one part is longer, or one part is curvier than the other. The curvier part is for the front, then the other side is for the back. So this is all you need to know about the basic sleeve. I hope this tutorial was helpful or is helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye.